back at it again, and Patrick Bet David had a very interesting discussion that I want to talk to you guys about. So like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button if you are new. If you would like to help me out even further with this YouTube algorithm too, watch this video to the very end. Helps out tremendously. I would greatly appreciate it. And with that being said, let's dive in.
Hillary Clinton was accused by Juanita Broaddrick of
having that team around,
of threatening her.
Yep.
When after Juanita Broaddrick said she'd been raped by Bill Clinton.
Yes.
I've not heard anybody ask Hillary whether or not it's true or false.
Yep.
People think that Hillary Clinton has committed murder multiple times. I've heard that.
My point is that there are a lot of no-fly zones the media has when it comes to protecting people on the left, and this is not uncommon. I think Obamacare is an abomination. I think what he did on race relations set this country back. That's what I care about.
Yeah, you're a policy guy. But that's the exact... If I asked Trump that, he'd be like, yeah, he's probably gay. Yeah, Michelle's probably a man, and that's why he gets eyeballs.
I don't think Trump would say that. Trump even conceded...
Trump has said way worse things about way less
even
people.
Conceded that Obama was born here after spending money to investigate all of that.
Well, birth certificate.
He started the whole birther claim.
Well, he was trying to win.
How nice of him
he
to
did not.
concede
No,
that.
he did not start that. Hillary started that, 2008.
That's correct.
Well,
bingo.
He promoted the hell out of it.
Game change. She started it. Sidney Blumenthal was her top aide. He goes to the McClatchy newspapers and says, Obama is not from here. He was born in Africa. And a guy named James Asher, you can look it up, took the advice seriously, put somebody on it, and they tracked it down. They found nothing to it. It was Hillary's campaign that started it. And everybody assumes Trump started it, but he did not. Hillary did it.
Yeah, but nobody knows that. Meaning, like, I think you're probably right.
Now they do. Millions of people now do.
That's true, but everyone thinks...
So I've done a service. If nothing else, I've done a service.
If you did a poll right now of who started the birther claims, I would say 90% of people would say Trump.
So many things about Donald Trump are just not true. For example, in November 2016, I think it was around November, before the election anyway, Bloomberg poll, the number one reason that likely voters gave for not liking Donald Trump is that they felt he had demeaned a disabled reporter, mocked a disabled reporter. Mm-hmm. He did not.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about a guy named Serge Kovaleski.
I know the story.
Worked for one of the big newspapers. And Donald Trump publicly said that people cheered the fall of the Twin Towers. And nobody could find a story. And then he found a story. And they went up to Serge Kovaleski, who wrote the story, and said, did you see this? He goes, well, I sort of did. Well, I wasn't sure there was that many. And so Donald Trump mocked him in a town hall. He wasn't mocking his disability. And by the way, the guy doesn't go like this, which is what Donald Trump did. The guy has an atrophied arm, but he doesn't go like this. And Donald Trump did not mock him. But that's what people believe. There's a website called Catholics for Trump, where Donald Trump has used this gesture to mock himself, to mock an able-bodied general. Mm-hmm. It's what Donald Trump does because he's a stand-up comic. It's not true. Just as it's not true that Donald Trump said there were good Nazis and bad Nazis on both sides regarding Charlottesville. Even Jake Tapper, 2 years later, said, went back and looked at it. He wasn't saying that. He was saying there are good people and bad people on both sides of the debate on whether or not there should be a Confederate monument in the public square.
Hey, big shout out to Larry Elder, man. I mean, this guy always has the facts. Always. I'm just astonished at how much this guy has in his brain. I'm honestly jealous. I'm really jealous because, I mean, this guy, it's just, you say something and it's boom. Nope. Blah, 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 you know what I mean? Like, he'll even pull out statistics. And I'm like, holy moly, this is incredible. So big shout out to Larry Elder, man. But that's one thing that I've, realized as well throughout this journey is that a lot of the stuff that I thought I knew about Uncle Trump, it was a lie. It was a lie. Almost every single bit of it. Basically all of it. Really. I mean, honestly, I can't think of one thing that actually remained true. When I was a part of the left and, I hated Trump, and then I came to a realization, why do I not like this guy? Why do I not like him? Let me start diving into who this guy actually is. You know what I mean? Let me actually do some research for myself and not just listen to social media, and whatever else. Let me look into this guy. Let me hear what it is that he has to say. Actually, you know what? I really like this guy, Uncle Trump. He's an incredible guy. They said he was this and that, and that's just not true, right? I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
But that's what a lot of people feel.
Well,
and the other big thing that people think about Donald Trump is that he was leading an insurrection on January 6th when, as you pointed out, What part of I want you to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard don't you understand? So many of the things that people hate Donald Trump's guts for are simply flat out false, including that he started the birther movement. He did not.
Well, this goes to the bigger question about the media. I actually agree with you.
Can you actually verify the Hillary Clinton birther versus
Absolutely.
Trump? Because there's a lot of people that believe Trump started it. Can you pull this
there's
up?
There's video of Morning Scarborough, Morning Joe show, where a guy named John Heilemann co-authored the book called Game Change on.
Yeah, John Hyman. Yeah.
John Heilemann.
Can you find that?
And Harold Ford is on the panel. And somebody mentions that Hillary started. He goes, well, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And Joe Scarborough turns to John Hyman and said, well, John, you wrote the book, Game Change. What's the truth? He said, I'm confirming the notion that it was Hillary Clinton that started it. John Hyman said that.
Well, it's only 10 years too late.
Can you
so
find that
respect.
clip if you could, Rob? If you can somehow...
Yeah, that's it. Joe, right there. Joe, Obama Muslim talk started with Hillary.
2015.
Right there.
And
Bro, this guy. I can't be the only one impressed by Larry Elder, right? Y'all let me know in the comment section. I mean, this guy remembered some random interview out of all of the thousands of interviews I'm sure he's watched, the thousands that he's been in. Like, he remembered the specific interview that this conversation happened in. Like, what in the actual crap is going on here? Hey, listen, shout out to Larry Elder, man. Big shout out. Jeez, my goodness. I honestly don't think he'll win for president. But I wouldn't mind having him as a vice or, somebody in the cabinet or somebody in the White House. I think Larry Elder can do some very great things. I mean, with the knowledge that this guy has, I think he can really do some great things in office. Or would you guys vote for Larry Elder in 2028? Let me know. Maybe Larry Elder 28? Talk to me.
and this talks about the birther as well with Hillary.
Can we play this?
Well, the whole birther thing is Obama's from Africa.
Yeah. Can you get audio or no, Rob?
I mean, God, you see that interview? I mean, the Clinton team
I do a
wrote the
great job,
questions.
too.
I mean,
If
for
someone gave me a silver
obviously,
platter.
that was stunning. It was stunning. She is asked on Face the Nation about who at the State. She said the State Department authorized it. No, there was Dickerson didn't follow up with a question. Who at the State
Well,
Department?
that's because the campaign did not allow that. You know
Because
that this
they-
interview was set up so that certain questions on policy were required for a certain amount of time,
this the
and
one,
then
Larry?
they could go
I'm
into
not
emails
sure.
for a certain
It
amount of
doesn't look like
time, and then they.
Can you
believe
fast
me,
forward a little bit to see if this is the one, Rob? Just kind of fast
it
forward
was
to see.
textbook
Is John
planned
Howman
out. I
supposed to be in
can
this
see.
Very
interview?
rich. Now listen.
He says he is.
By the Clinton
This is
team.
it. Yeah,
I
right
don't even
there.
know.
That is the truth.
Harold
Go back a little bit. Go back 20
Yeah,
seconds.
that's it.
doing.
That's it.
This started with Hillary Clinton, and it
Go
was
back 20
spread by
seconds,
the,
Rob.
her
You go back 20
and her
seconds.
King
Right there. That's good.
for spreading the rumors.
Okay, go back
about
10 more
Barack
seconds. This was
Obama.
the one. Yeah,
I
right
gotta say
there.
one other thing too.
Here we go.
It was rich this weekend. I guess we have to get our digs in on Hillary
I hate that the audio is out of sync. That's going to annoy me, but hey, it is what it is.
Clinton here because I thought we were going to get through a segment without talking about her.
Oh, well, she's
but for Hillary Clinton to come out and criticize anybody for spreading the rumors about Barack Obama when it all started
On 60
with-
Minutes.
when it all started with her and her
She's a
campaign
pro.
passing things around in the
Wow.
Democratic primary. Rich. Now listen.
He says he is.
The Republicans are wrong for doing what they're doing. This started with Hillary Clinton, and it was
Good
spread
for
by
Morning
the
Joe for
Clinton
saying
team.
this.
We're
I'm
just
shocked.
telling the
Back in
truth.
2008.
Sorry.
Now, watch
I
Howard.
really, I don't
Look,
even know.
that is the truth.
Harold,
I don't
please,
believe. I don't believe.
Don't.
But Mika, you can't tell me to stop when the two of you are making comments. It'd be different if you have if there's a basis, an actual evidentiary basis for what you're saying, then I would
What
agree
year
with
was
it.
this?
That they're
I
the
have
ones that spread it in
experience.
2008?
That spread what in 2008?
That
With
Barack
this-
Obama
No, to keep
may not be
playing.
Barack Obama may not be a
Well, we
Christian.
should ask Heilman this
Watch
question.
this.
That's John Howman on the right.
Heilman?
Wait.
Historian of the 2008 campaign.
I don't recall that, but if you're telling me that was the case, I just don't recall.
John
It
Heilman?
was the case.
it was
Thank
within
you.
the-
It was the case. Thank you, John Heilman.
Didn't she go on 60 Minutes and not
Wow.
actually
It was
say
the
no?
case.
No, he says he is.
I'm offering my.
What was that? Harold.
I'm affirming the Scarborough Brzezinski.
Okay, do you know about this
Assertion. Go ahead on Morning
CBS
Joe.
interview? Was that rigged?
I don't know anything about. I have no knowledge whatsoever of what happened.
Look, I don't know what happened. I don't know what
between the
happened
campaign and John Dickerson.
I don't know
idea.
what happened on that interview either. But you do recall that a week earlier she went on Andrea Mitchell, and it was all emails all the time for the first 20 minutes of that interview.
That's pretty
so she has done interviews. In which
you can stop it right
no
there.
So you were right.
Yeah.
No.
Of course, but more importantly, a guy named James Asher, ASHER, who worked for McClatchy,
Pull that up.
said that Sidney Blumenthal approached him and said Obama is not from here. And he tracked it down and found nothing to it.
Got it.
And Sidney Blumenthal is Hillary's hatchet man.
You know what's interesting about that is that was in what year, Rob?
15.
That was 2015. This was the year I literally used to watch Morning Joe and Joe Scarborough, Mika Brzezinski, John Heilman, and everyone that's on there literally every morning for 2 straight years, okay? And this was when Joe Scarborough was actually a friend of Donald Trump. So was Mika Brzezinski. They were he was at their wedding.
Joe Scarborough used to be a Republican.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
and used to demean Al Sharpton, signed a resolution, introduced a resolution calling Al Sharpton a race hustling demagogue.
Right.
And now they kiss each other's butts.
Well, he's on his show every
amazing.
morning.
It's
He's on his
amazing.
show.
Yeah.
But this is my point.
The Reverend. Reverend.
Thank you. This is my point. In a few short years, from 2016 to the Trump election to basically where we are today, the media has completely gone to different sides.
Agreed.
Right?
Agreed.
Completely gone to different sides. So here's my question. The media has already done this. If there's one thing I've learned since Trump has been elected office, that the deep state is real.
Absolutely.
And they do not want Donald Trump to be president. They didn't want him in 2016.
Right.
They didn't want him in 2020. They did everything in their power to get him out of office.
Right.
And they're going to.
That is an interesting statement there. The deep state is real. Interesting. He may have a point there. That is kind of, in a way, kind of. You know, you could come to that assumption, right? If you were kind of skeptical before, like, no, that's not really a thing. You know, that's a conspiracy theory, which could also lead you down another rabbit hole. The fact that, you know, a lot of these alleged conspiracies have actually turned out to be true or real. You know, when people were called conspiracy theorists, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. And then, you know, 2 years later, they're proven correct. As a matter of fact, one of you had commented a while back. I forgot the exact comment. Forgive me. I don't even remember who exactly said it. I'm sorry. If it was you, comment below. Claim your statement. But it was something along the lines of, oh, crap. Like, it's a conspiracy theory, but 6 to 7 months later, it's the truth. Or it was worded much better than that. I'm butchering it now. I am totally butchering that. I apologize to whomever made that incredible statement. But it was something along the lines of, you know, it's a conspiracy today, but give it 6 to 7 months and people will realize it's actually the truth. And, you know, you start thinking, like, yeah, that was a conspiracy at one point and turned out to be true. That was a conspiracy, turned out to be true, and so on and so on. And so, yeah, I mean, if you sit back and say, yeah, the deep state is a conspiracy, and then you're like, is it? Look what's happening. Maybe it is a real thing, you know? I don't know. How y'all feeling? Talk to me.
To do everything in their power to do it again in 2024. So if he is elected, which is 50-50 at this point, they're going to do everything in their power to belittle his candidacy or his presidency. He's a racist, he's white percent, Russia, this, that, the other. They're going to play clips of January 6th. It's just going to happen over and over and over again. How does someone like Trump combat the media, big tech, Hollywood? How does he even go against that at this point?
The good news is, I said I was a cautious pessimistic, but the good news is Donald Trump, Republicans now have almost half the Hispanic vote. Donald Trump got elected with 8% of the black vote in 2016. When he ran in 2020, he got 12%. That's a 50% increase. He got 20% of the black male vote. People are waking up. They're seeing the nonsense. And they're seeing their pocketbook. They go to the gas station, they go to the store, they're paying a lot more for the same stuff. And you can call Donald Trump all sorts of names if you want. All I know is I'm paying a lot more for gas. I'm paying a lot more for chicken, for bacon, for milk, for egg, for cheese than I did before.
Yeah, but that's crap.
And did he just say he got 50% of the Hispanic vote? Let me run that back real quick.
Donald Trump, Republicans now have almost half the Hispanic vote.
Wow. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Shiver me timbers. Oh, boy. Wow. And aren't they bringing in a bunch of Hispanics into the country and hope that they'll vote Democrat? Kind of interesting. Backfire, maybe? Could y'all imagine that? You know, I have to touch on that. I have to touch on that really quickly. Could you imagine, you know, and this is what I feel their plan is, bring a bunch of immigrants in and turn them into your voter base. That's what I feel. I have no hard evidence to prove that, but that's what I feel their plan is. Allow all of these immigrants to come in and turn them into your voter base so that you can't lose another election. That's what I feel. I have no evidence to prove that, but that's just my humble opinion. What if this all backfired and all of those immigrants, once they're allowed to vote, if they're ever allowed to vote, start voting Republican? Oh boy. Could you imagine how Democrats would panic? Oh my goodness, we got to fix this immigration crisis. We have a bunch of people in this country. Oh man. Oh, oh, the leftist tears, man. Oh crap. That would be the laugh of the century right there. The laugh of the century. My goodness.
People are waking up. They're seeing the nonsense. And they're seeing their pocketbook. They go to the gas station, They go to the store, they're paying a lot more for the same stuff. And you can call Donald Trump all sorts of names if you want. All I know is I'm paying a lot more for gas. I'm paying a lot more for chicken, for bacon, for milk, for egg, for cheese than I did before.
Yeah, but that's grassroots. How do you handle the top? Okay, so there's bottom up and then top down. So the top down, the media, Hollywood, big tech, FBI. Everything, even clearly the deep state. How does he combat that? Because the fear is it's just going to be this antagonistic, vindictive relationship.
The good news, the trust in the media has never been lower, and that's because Donald Trump has popularized the expression fake news and disinformation. You combat it by telling the truth and by standing your ground, which is why people love Donald Trump so much. He's a fighter.
So it sounds like even though you're running for president, he has your vote.
If he becomes a nominee, he has my vote. I would rather be the nominee, and I'll ask him to be my running mate.
So there you have it. I mean, it's incredible the amount of lies the left has levied against Donald Trump. And a lot of people believed it, including me at one point in time. Yeah, I know. Sad to say, but I even believed some of the crap at one point in time. Now, obviously, I've come to the light. Right. I've realized the truth. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. But yeah, man, I mean they have a way of influencing folks. That is for sure. And it's great to see that a lot of people are waking up to their tactics because they're ramping it up, and they're going to ramp it up even further. You know, and I've talked about this before. Whenever the Democrats have something, they repeat it over and over and over again. You know, like the whole threat to democracy. How many times did you hear them repeat that when they were trying to push that out there? I mean, they still repeat it every now and then, but for a while, I mean, it seemed like every other sentence they said threat to democracy. I mean, everybody. Politicians, the media, I mean, everybody, every other sentence, it was threat to democracy. It was the same words. Kind of weird, was, you know, like when you actually sit back and you think about it, you're like, isn't that kind of weird? Like they're all saying the same thing, the exact same thing. They're all doing it. It's kind of weird when you actually sit back and you actually like think. That's weird. All of them, the same thing. Like they could agree. But, like, they're literally saying the same thing, threat to democracy, as if they've been told and coached, say these words exactly. Repeat this. Kind of weird, man. And I feel like it was the same case with the lies against Uncle Trump. But, again, shout out to Larry Elder, man. He's always dropping the facts. And shout out to Patrick Bet-David. That's where this clip came from, his podcast, PBD. All right? But yeah, man, I just thought that was interesting. Y'all let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. Like, share, comment. Hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.